Well, Vancouver had a chance for a sweep tonight.
Yeah, and really, they're only one game away from eliminating the defending Stanley Cup champs in their own barn. But Chicago wouldn't make it easy on them. Good things happen, though, when your back's against the wall.
Bickle makes the move on Biekta, cuts it, he scores! What a start for the Hawks! Bickle makes it 1-0.
That's a couple of minutes in, and a few later on the power play, Vancouver responds. Sammy Salo slaps it past Corey Crawford, all tied. Now in the second, Patrick Kane slides it over to Brian Campbell. Chicago feeling the love with the lead, 2-1. This is where they start pulling ahead. First, it's Duncan Keith adding to the lead, 3-1. Then it's Dave Bolland on the breakaway. Make it 4-1. The Hawks add 3 more while the Canucks only tally 1, but Chicago wins Game 4, 7-2, but they still trail the series 3-1. Tough sledding ahead in Vancouver on Thursday. Another high-scoring affair in LA tonight. Sharks and Kings couple minutes in, and the underdogs bite. Willie Mitchell starts things off. 13 seconds later, it's Kyle Clifford adding to the sheet, 2-0 Kings. LA adds 2 more and take a 4-0 lead when the Sharks wake up. Patrick Marleau makes it 4-1. Then Ryan Clough gets another, this one on the power play. It's 4-2. Calder Trophy nominee Logan Couture strikes next, make it 4-3. Now it's 5-4 Kings, 30 seconds left in the second when Joe Pavelski ties everything up, 5-all. And 3 minutes to go in OT, Devin Setoguchi wins it for the Sharks. San Jose leads the series 2-1. The first round of the NHL playoffs is less than a week old, and we already have 4 suspensions. 2 following last night's game between Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay. Lightning forward Steve Downey and Pittsburgh Penguins forward Chris Kunitz were each handed 1-game bans. Downey for leaving his feet to hit Ben Lovejoy, and Kunitz for dishing out an elbow to the head of Simon Gagne. Pens lead the series 2-1. Game 4 goes tomorrow. At the Esso Cup in St. Albert tonight, Edmonton Thunder taking on the St. Albert Slash, third period, and still no score until Allison Campbell picks up the rebound. The Thunder take it 1-0 and improve to 3-0. They take on the Kodiaks du Lac St. Louis tomorrow at 4. Canada received a harsh wake-up call at the Under-18 Hockey Championship in Germany today. Last game of the preliminary round, Edmonton Oil King Travis Iwanek in the lineup as Canada met Sweden. 1-0 for the good guys when Ryan Johnson breaks in. He scores from an impossible angle, a sniper's goal to make it 2-0 in the third. But just 17 seconds later, the Swedes cut the deficit in half. Linus Forberg strikes 2-1. Later, it's a Swedish smorgasbord.
Bjorklund skates away, gets it back, shoots, scores! Sweden has tied the game.
There's a shock to the system. Less than 40 seconds later, Oscar Klefbom beats Malcolm Subban with a weak wrister from well out. Sweden scored 4 in the third to win 4-2. Here's the good news, though. Canada will play Germany in the quarterfinals. Our nation finished 7th in this tournament last year. Me too. Over to the Women's World Hockey Championships. Edmonton Shannon Zabados on duty as Canada took on Finland. Opening frame, Rebecca Johnson roofs one under the pipe. 1-0 Canada. All Canada here. They outshot the Finns 50-7. The Finnish goalie was very good. Zabados posts her easiest shutout in her career. Canada wins 2-0 and earns a bye to the semis. The AJHL champs are back home for a do-over in the Doyle Cup. The Spruce Grove Saints are eating up every minute of it.
And it's pretty...
The Saints are obviously feeling good and loose after taking 2 of 3 games in Vernon. An improv camera crew ambushed us during our interviews. And last year, these 2 teams went toe-to-toe for 7 games, and Vernon came out on top. Neither squad has changed much since then, and last year's disappointment seems to be paying off for the Saints this time around.
We're probably just a little more composed than last year. Like last year, we didn't know what to expect, right? And I mean, this year playing a new team, like we kind of knew going into Vernon what it was going to be like.
There's always regrets from last year, and that's what's driving us this year, more for the guys returning. So that's what's driving us, and we're happy to be home right now.
And we'll have more on the Saints tomorrow as they host Vernon in Game 4 of the Doyle Cup. Spring football camp is right around the corner for the Alberta Golden Bears, and the team has been pushed into a new era due to unforeseen circumstances. The G-men are still adjusting, especially the new guy in charge.
Less than a month ago, the Bears were preparing for another season under head coach Jerry Friesen, but he suddenly resigned after a decade at the helm.
We just finished taking a lap around the Butterdome, and all of a sudden he just came up and dropped the bomb pretty much.
I found out probably about 20 minutes after he had resigned.
A major surprise for a major university program, and now after 3 years as an assistant, Jeff Stead is calling the shots.
Did you expect to be a head coach of a major university football program at the age of 35?
I'm 10 years behind my schedule.
He may be young, but Stead is not short on coaching experience.
There's not many guys that have coached 14 years in Can West.
The timing of Friesen's resignation was not exactly ideal, leaving Stead with little time to get adjusted to his new role.
Fortunately for us, in terms of recruitment, we haven't lost a recruit. So that's a benefit. The timing of it, is there any good time?
A new head coach taking over a team that is coming off back-to-back playoff seasons but has not won a conference title in 30 years. However, Stead does have a big advantage in the quarterback pocket with Julian Marchand.
We're going into this season as the only team in Can West with a fifth-year quarterback, and there's a lot to be said about that.
A new era, new expectations, and a new attitude for the Golden Bears.
Shoot, three Benedict Cups for a program, that's a lot. And we want to bring swagger to what we do. I think that's lacked a little bit in this program over the last few years, and there's no reason why we're not competing to get out of Can West every year.
And he definitely wants to bring in a new energy, new attitude.
He was one of the guys who recruited me, so yeah, it was a big job, and I think he's stepping into the role well. He's brought the team together, and we're really amped up.
The Golden Bears hold spring camp at the end of the month, and one of the top priorities for Stead is finding a new defensive coordinator. Yankees and Jays tonight, bottom ninth. Jays down 5-4. The bunt gets Jose Bautista home. Game tied at 5. Later in the ninth, bases loaded with 1 out. Corey Patterson hits the chopper to third. Eric Chavez gets the double play. Game still tied. Now bottom of the 10th, 1 on. Travis Snyder lines it into right center gap. Edwin Encarnacio trying to score from first, and he does easily. Jays win it 6-5.
And that does it.
That does it, yeah. That's it for tonight. A loaded show, especially with overtime with the LA San Jose